summons that were issued to Arvind Kejriwal in the Liquorgate case and the fact that the Chief Minister has moved Delhi High Court challenging the summons issued to him by the Enforcement Directorate in the excise policy-linked money laundering case. Currently, the hearing is underway in the case and the Chief Minister of Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal, has sought no coercive action by the agency. In the last hearing, remember, the court did ask Arvind Kejriwal, why aren't you appearing before the Enforcement Directorate? Nobody is arrested in their first appearance. Rishabh is getting us more details. Rishabh, in the last hearing as well, a counsel representing Arvind Kejriwal said that he could be arrested and that protection should be provided. Now we're given to understand that they want a direction from the court that no coercive action will be taken by the agency.
Well, definitely, the Delhi High Court is hearing the case. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, who happens to be a senior Congress leader as well, is appearing for Arvind Kejriwal, where he is putting forward his apprehensions that, if I go to hearing, I need an assurance that I won't be arrested. I need an assurance from court that no coercive treatment is done to me, no action is taken against me. To which High Court is very clear that you need to go to the summon. You need to appear there first to understand how exactly things unfold. Hardly anyone gets arrested in the first appearance. B, when you are putting out your logic behind not appearing, your reasons behind not appearing. For example, when Arvind Kejriwal's counsel, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, said that everyone know that I go to Vipassana, I've been doing that for last 25 years, and on the eve of me leaving for Vipassana, the summon was issued, and that's why I could not appear. The court is very clear that you should have approached the court back then. Why are you coming now? Remember, the ED has already approached court, the lower court,
right.
Revenue Court.
Rishabh, stay on with us. Let me bring in Bhavtosh. Arguments continue, and Abhishek Manu Singhvi says, Bhavtosh, that these are very special summons by the ED. These are called election summons. The Enforcement Director is not even telling me whether I am being called as a suspect or a witness.
Yes, Swati, in fact, that is one of the apprehensions that have been raised by Arvind Kejriwal right from the day one, that is from November onwards, from November 2023 onwards, in which the correspondence that has gone between Arvind Kejriwal and Enforcement Directorate, he has always asked as to why and under what category he has been summoned, as a witness in this case or as a convener. Remember, the Enforcement Directorate, in one of the arguments that was raised in the Supreme Court, the counsel for the Enforcement Directorate or for the central government had said that they are in the process of making Aam Aadmi Party as an accused. After that, Arvind Kejriwal has always asked, one of the questions that he had asked whenever he had a correspondence with the Enforcement Directorate is whether he is being summoned as a convener of Aam Aadmi Party or as the Chief Minister of Delhi. Some of the top leaders of Aam Aadmi Party have already been arrested in this case. ED wants to question, wants to know whether the money had gone to the Aam Aadmi Party, because 45 crore rupees have been spent in the election campaign when Aam Aadmi Party was fighting very rigorously, was fighting the election in Goa, and that's the reason he wants to ask this question. The High Court just a few minutes back had asked that he should not say that the summons that have been issued to Arvind Kejriwal are completely blank. Yes, the Hindi summons, the copy of Hindi summons were blank, but the English summons in English did mention what documents he should present when he is appearing before the Enforcement Directorate. Singhvi says that these are summons that have been specifically, they should be called election summons, whereas the summons, Swati, started, in fact, the first summons was issued in November 2023, way back in November 2023, whereas now it is March 2024. So this process of issuing summons started long time back, around 5 months back, and Arvind Kejriwal is probably the only person who has not appeared before the agency. Yesterday, when the hearing was taking place, Additional Solicitor General S.V. Raju had said that 700 summons have been issued. So the probe in this case started way back in August 2022. It's now 18 months. It's March 2024. 700 summons have been issued, and probably Arvind Kejriwal is the only person.
Well, those of course are the legal developments that have taken place so far, and the hearing that is underway. Let's also take a look at the political reactions that we are getting. Bhavtosh and Rishabh, stay on with us. The Bharatiya Janata Party has hit out at Kejriwal and alleged that the long rope for Kejriwal is finally over and that the agencies will not work according to him. Listen into the reactions coming in.
बचकानी दलील दे रहे हैं अरविंद केजरीवाल। अगर इस देश में हर आरोपी अपराधी कानून की व्याख्या इस तरह से करेगा कि उसके हिसाब से कानून चलना चाहिए, तो फिर देश में कानून का शासन कहाँ से रहेगा? ये तो हमारे लोकतंत्र की ताकत है जो अरविंद केजरीवाल को इतनी ताकत देता है कि आप बार बार जाके कोर्ट में अपनी गुहार लगा रहे हैं, जबकि माननीय न्यायालय ने कल ही स्पष्ट कर दिया था कि आपको जांच एजेंसी के सामने जाना ही है। तो उसके बावजूद भी अरविंद केजरीवाल एक मैं क्या कहूँ, कायरों की तरह बर्ताव कर रहे हैं। अरे आपके ऊपर कोई आरोप लगे, आप स्थिति स्पष्ट कीजिए ना, जाइए जांच एजेंसी के सामने, रखिए तथ्य। आप कहते हैं आप कट्टर ईमानदार, तो आपके पास मौका है अपनी ईमानदारी दिखाने का, लेकिन क्योंकि शराब नीति में घोटाला हुआ है, चोरी हुई है, तो वो डर उनको भी सताता है कि हाँ, उनकी नाक के नीचे ये भ्रष्टाचार हुआ।
ऐसा कौन सा गुनाहगार है कि उसके हिसाब से कोर्ट भी चलेगी, उसके हिसाब से ये संवैधानिक संस्थाएं भी चलेंगी? जो आदमी गुनाहगार है, साफ साफ जाहिर होता है कि वो उसमें गुनाह किया है, क्योंकि उनको मालूम है कि जो अंदर गए हुए हैं उन्होंने सारे तथ्य उनके विरोध में दिए हैं और उनको पूरा पूरा पक्का है कि वो जेल में जाएंगे। इसके डर के कारण बार बार कोर्ट का दरवाजा खटखटा रहे हैं और मुझे लगता है कि अभी आने वाले समय में वो भी दरवाजा बंद हो जाएगा। अंतोगत्वा जिसने गुनाह किया है उसको सजा मिलेगी।
What an irony that Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, who began his entire political career on the principle that he would fight against corruption, he would not let corruption happen, is today himself running away from an investigation into a corruption scam. I am busy with electioneering, I am in Vipassana, these summons cannot be sent to me. Today he's running to the court, trying to set conditions. The court will decide what the court has to do. Anyone can go before the court, but the larger question is, what is Mr. Kejriwal so scared of that he's running away from joining the investigation? What is it that he knows that will come out and send a clear message to the people that something wrong has happened in Delhi? Mr. Kejriwal may do whatever he wishes. The message has clearly gone that all is not well when it comes to a clean government in Delhi.
Well, the Aam Aadmi Party, on the other hand, has once again reiterated that the sole attempt of the Enforcement Directorate is to arrest Kejriwal before the Lok Sabha polls in order to stall his election campaign. Listen in.
आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी पूरे देश के सामने एक्सपोज हो गई। अरविंद केजरीवाल तो ये कह रहे हैं कि आप मुझसे सवाल जवाब जो करे हैं, आप वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग पे कर लीजिए, पूरे देश को सुनाइए मेरे सवाल और जवाब, उसमें क्या दिक्कत है? अरविंद केजरीवाल कह रहे हैं आपको सवालों और उनके जवाबों से कोई मतलब नहीं है। आपकी मंशा है ईडी द्वारा अरविंद केजरीवाल को गिरफ्तार किया जाए और वो इस चुनाव के अंदर चुनाव प्रचार ना कर सकें, अलग अलग राज्यों में जाके केंद्र सरकार से सवाल ना पूछ सकें।
So we're getting some breaking inputs as far as the hearing which is underway is concerned. Remember, Kejriwal is seeking protection. The Enforcement Directorate has been asked a very big and an important question by the High Court. So the High Court has asked Enforcement Directorate, do you have sufficient material? Do you have sufficient evidence against Arvind Kejriwal? And if you do, show us the material tomorrow. That's what the court has told the Enforcement Directorate. Rishabh and Bhavtosh continue to be with us on the broadcast. Bhavtosh, a very, very important question asked by the High Court that also will bring to light a very important and a crucial point, which is of evidence.
Yes, in fact, a very big development, because for the first time the hearing has been, for the first time the High Court has asked that what material evidence do you have in this case, and that High Court should be shown the evidence that it has against Arvind Kejriwal, or at least the reason why they have been issuing summons to Arvind Kejriwal. And the hearing has been adjourned for 2:30 p.m. That's an hour later the hearing will again take place. In the various charge sheet, Swati, that has been filed in this case, one prosecution complaint, there's a main prosecution complaint, and 5 other supplementary prosecution complaints that have been filed. There has been mention of Arvind Kejriwal, but he has not been named as an accused. But if we just go by, if we read these prosecution complaints, what they have mentioned is that Arvind Kejriwal, somewhere in the entire alleged excise scam, he in fact was aware of whatever was happening, and then the bombshell that Enforcement Directorate dropped was on Monday, when they named him and Manish Sisodia as people who conspired with K. Kavita and allegedly received kickbacks worth around 100 crore rupees.
Right, Bhavtosh, stay on with us. Let me also bring in Rishabh. Another important point that is coming to fore. Of course, the hearing as of now has been adjourned for 2:30 p.m. But according to the reports coming in, Rishabh, the Enforcement Directorate has clarified apprised the High Court that Arvind Kejriwal is being summoned in individual capacity and not as Delhi CM. So, one of those questions that was posed by Arvind Kejriwal repeatedly to the Enforcement Directorate has been answered. The agency says he's been summoned in individual capacity, not as the Chief Minister of the national capital.
Well, definitely, Arvind Kejriwal has been questioning in all the correspondence, as Bhavtosh was also pointing out. He has been asking, why are you calling me? Are you calling me as Arvind Kejriwal? Are you calling me as Arvind Kejriwal, the Chief Minister of Delhi? Or are you calling me as Arvind Kejriwal, the convener, national convener of Aam Aadmi Party? Remember, ministers from his government have been arrested in liquor policy. Leaders from his party has been arrested in this now scrapped liquor policy. But now, Enforcement Directorate has very clearly stated that we are summoning Arvind Kejriwal as an individual, not as Delhi Chief Minister, but an individual. As an individual, he's being called in. Now, it would be very interesting to see at 2:30 what all document Enforcement Directorate put on dais for the court to understand why is he being summoned, what are the documents that they have, has made it very clear that Arvind Kejriwal needs to be summoned. At 2:30, the hearing will resume in Delhi High Court, and it will be very interesting to see how things unfold then.
Bhavtosh, the directions are very clear. ED has been told, apprise the court of the material on the basis of which you are summoning Arvind Kejriwal. Also, the court has told Arvind Kejriwal's counsel that the Enforcement Directorate wanted to arrest you, they would have.
Yes, Swati, in fact, it has now been made very clear that he is being summoned in many ways as the national convener of Aam Aadmi Party, not as the CM of Delhi. At least that part is now being cleared. But what is also becoming very clear is that Enforcement Directorate wants to question him before taking any kind of coercive action. Now they want to question him, but this entire thing is being delayed by Arvind Kejriwal. And the High Court also said that if they wanted to arrest him, then they could have arrested him. And S.V. Raju, Additional Solicitor General, also said that nothing in the law could have prevented them from doing so. So this continuous delaying that has been done by Arvind Kejriwal has obviously led to the closure in this case. Swati, remember this case started way back on 24th August 2022 when ED registered a money laundering case, and since then there are several individuals who have come, recorded the statement and have not been arrested. It's not that Arvind Kejriwal is fearing that he will be arrested, and that's the reason why he's not joining the investigation. As S.V. Raju yesterday said that 700 summons have been issued in this case, and many individuals have come recorded this statement and never been called back, and 15 individuals have only been arrested in this case. It's not that anyone who have come here and been arrested in this case.
So ED has been asked to present material based on which summons are being issued. Arvind Kejriwal being told by the court that if they wanted to arrest you, they would have. And most importantly, clarification coming in from ED that he has been summoned in individual capacity, not as a CM of Delhi.